I'm gonna let you guys roll with Julie tonight. She's in a lighter weight class. She's like a religious artifact to me. Very valuable. Okay?
Yes, this is how he deals with his fear of me. I let him just pretend like this is how he really feels.
Alright, and Marco was injured from when you guys rolled the other day. I showed you guys leg locks and he hurt his ankle. Okay? The reason why I came up with power hold is because if I didn't do it like this, I wouldn't be able to continue to train. If I train with people and we're always trying to tap each other out, you know, especially with somebody like me who doesn't like to tap out, I'm gonna make myself get injured. You know what I'm saying? So power hold is a way that somebody who's very big can roll with somebody who's very small. Somebody who's very strong can roll with somebody who's not very strong. Somebody who's very skilled can roll with somebody who's not as skilled, and still have a competitive match, and both people could get something out of it. Okay? So when you get a submission, what we used to call a submission, we're gonna call it a power hold. A power hold could be any position, or it could be any submission, where you're not trying to make the person tap out, you're trying to control that position for time. I'm gonna have the timer running, so I'll be able to tell you when you get to 30 seconds, you have a warning. If you held somebody for 30 seconds, we know that you could have cranked it and made them tap out, but your exercise control, this is what martial arts is about, learning how to control yourself in various degrees. And then once you do that, you could potentially be able to control somebody else, you know, in a fight. At 45 seconds, we'll get a restart. I'll give you a warning at 30 seconds. This way you know you have another 50 seconds to transition. That's the concept of power hold. Okay? Do you guys have any questions about that?
So we get them in the position that we just hold it, but we don't submit them?
Okay, now tapping out, that's a good question. Tapping out is not against the rules. If you have to tap out, do that. It's better to live to fight another day, as they say. But the concept of power hold is a way for you to improve at a faster rate. Imagine this, Julie. You have somebody in an arm bar. They're obviously trying to fight, and you're trying to control them because you're doing power hold. Okay, now you can be holding that arm bar for 30 to 45 seconds. That's 30 to 45 seconds of work in a very sports-specific exercise.
So I'm holding on, like, you're locked in. But
You're locked in the arm bar. It's a degree of extension versus hyperextension.
Okay.
If you hyperextend somebody, they could maybe last 1-2 seconds. You only get that amount of experience. Okay. So now what I'm saying is you can tap out. You can go for a tap out. But from my experience, using the power hold concept is better, not only safer, but it's also better for your training because you get more work out of it. You understand? You're getting more armbar experience in our case, in our example. Same thing in a choke. Somebody can only last for 8 seconds before they pass out in a choke. If you hold the choke position, but you hold it right before they have to tap out, you're getting now 30 to 45 seconds more work on your actual choking muscles. You can't get any more sports specific than that. That's the best type of exercise.
That's what you do with me anyway.
What I do with you is power hold, exactly. Because I want...
Then, like, my thighs are like shaking. Like
I want to be the best that I can be, and this is the way that I've developed over 20 plus years of martial arts training to improve, and it's called power hold grappling. Okay, so we're gonna do positional training now. We're gonna start in the mounted position. Julie will go first. Each of you guys is gonna get 2 minutes on top of Julie, 2.5 minutes. So that's 5 minutes of work for you, and then the first person who mounted you is going to be the next person who's being mounted. Okay, so say for example Julie's down, Marco's on top, 2.5 minutes. Then Andres is going to go down 2.5 minutes on top of Julie. Then Andres, you're going to do 2.5 minutes on top of Marco. Julie's going to do 2.5 minutes on top of Marco. Julie's gonna do 2.5 minutes on Andres, and then Marco's gonna do 2.5 minutes on Andres, and then we'll go. If we have time, we'll do half guard and full guard in the same way. Okay. Okay. Welcome to the LifeFood Certified Kitchen Instructional for today. I'm going to start with a little bit of steamed broccoli. So we have the water boiling. Okay, come on in. And you're going to see me cut this broccoli right into the clover. If you want to tilt the camera down, you'll be able to see what the clover is. It's also known as a vegetable steamer. I wanted to start today's lesson with steaming broccoli because what this does, if you lightly steam veggies, and broccoli in particular, it breaks down the cellulose and makes it easier to digest. You'll notice a point at which the broccoli, as it's being steamed, actually turns a brighter green. And the nutrients in it are more bioavailable at that point. If you cook it too much, you know, you kind of ruin it. Damn it. But we're going to lightly steam this broccoli as I show you my signature dragon teriyaki. The reason why I'm steaming this broccoli and telling you about making it more easy to digest is part of the definition of Life Food Certified. It's easy to digest. When I received this certification from David Jubb, Dr. David Jubb, in 2013, he basically put me on my mission to make Life Food Certified easy for families and children. So all my recipes you're gonna see, start to finish, are so simple. All you need is the right equipment. In this case, I have a nice knife and I have a Vitamix. I'm putting ginger root straight into the blender. And no other blender could do this because the Vitamix is the only blender that will liquefy ingredients. Okay? And when you're dealing with ginger, which is very fibrous, you're going to need that power of the Vitamix. It's the Rolls Royce of blenders. And the most important kitchen tool, in my opinion, besides a knife. Because what the Vitamix does is it breaks nutrients down to the smallest possible form that you can then absorb or utilize. When you chew something, you're supposed to chew it down into a liquid. That's why we have teeth. When you use a Vitamix, it breaks the material down to a liquid. And then that gives you the greatest surface area for all your juices to get all in there and work. Okay, so I don't know if I told you before, this is teriyaki. Dragon teriyaki. It's in my recipe book, which is free on MasterLukey.com. Click on the part where it says free book. Okay, and scroll down. We have raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Probiotic. Okay, we got one. And I got a little extra here. Gonna fill it up past the ginger. Boom. Okay, come on over to the Vitamix. I lost the top. I'm just gonna put my hand there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. might have been able to do that a little more, but we're doing this recipe start to finish. So now I'm gonna use a cloth bag here, also known as a milk bag. This is from ecobags.com. So known as a milk bag because, you know, you could pour blended almonds, Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts through this bag, and it's going to give you the milk. Okay, I poured the ginger through there, and now I'm just going to grab one corner and I'm going to slowly twist it, draining the ginger vinegar now through the milk bag, leaving that fiber inside the bag, which we don't necessarily want in this recipe. If it was organic ginger, I might have skinned it, and then you can make a candy out of that, this pulp. But I'm shopping on a budget. I'm imagining you can't get organic where you are. You can't afford organic where you are. You can still be LifeFood certified. One day, there will be no such thing as organic, because everything will be organic. You know? No pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, all these things that are just terrible. I want to eradicate them. I plan on running for office in the future. Once the League of Champions becomes a worldwide brand, then I'll be like Donald Trump, coming from the business sector to run the country, to run the world. I'm going to make all contact sports illegal if they're not safe. That's boxing, football. By then, the League of Champions will be the worldwide sport anyway, so it won't be too much of a loss. I'm also going to make junk food illegal. How's that? People say, oh, how could you do that? That's people's freedom. Well, it would be if it didn't harm people. You see, if you live in a world where there's razor blades on the sidewalk, you can't have that, because there's kids that don't know any better. And you have companies that are making money by selling garbage to kids, and there's a pharmaceutical industry that's in business because of the same reason, which is the food. I don't want to get too much off track. Okay, now the next part. Teriyaki, we have garlic. This is a pound. Boom. Olive oil. Nobody should be allowed to make money if it's harming other people. And most of these ingredients that are in junk food are also harmful to be grown in the environment. Look it up. I'm talking about grains and dairy, and I'm talking about making a difference in the world. First in the marketplace, and then in the courtroom. Woohoo! Yeah! Celtic sea salt is a real powerhouse ingredient. It's got the exact mineral profile of healthy blood. Wow. This is what your blood is made out of. This is how your energy can be transported through your body when you have minerals, okay? Now we should use about a cup here. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's actually 3 Jub's tablespoons, which is even bigger than a heaping tablespoon. I'm just going to eyeball it and say when, which is about that much. Blend that. Like I said, I could let this go on for a bit, but in the interest of time, we're gonna stop there. Now, we got one more ingredient. I'm gonna pour these together. Come take a look. A little bit of alchemy. Basic dressing, right? Olive oil and vinegar. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna pour this in here. And I'm gonna add the final ingredient, which is tahini. Ground sesame seed. This one is organic. I got it because there's no added salt or any other ingredients. But I'm gonna put this whole thing in there. It's gonna cream it up. It's gonna give it a little tang. Protein, butene, scootine, schmootine, all that stuff that people go wild over. You got your protein, your butene, your poutine. No, there's no poutine. There's no butene. There's protein. There's minerals. And there's flavor. A lot of flavor in this one. Now I'm gonna mix this, and then I'm gonna put it all together. Okay. So that's it. Now you're just gonna do some mixing, get it all uniform. So this is how you do it. You get 3 containers. Now this is a commercial recipe. You know, this is to feed an army. But it lasts a long time, so maybe you want to just save some for the future. Check out my recipe book, MasterLukey.com. And if you have any questions, go to the contact page and you can connect with me via email, social media, text message. You can call me if I have enough minutes this month. Skype. All for free. See, I got this information for free. I'm going to pass it on to you. And I hope that it helps. Do one more pour here. And then I'll transfer it into the old olive oil containers. And while you're watching, I'll just show you this broccoli here. See how it's nice and bright green? Dip it. I want you to have some. I want you to tell me how you like it. Comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell, hit me up. I got your back.